on, everyone? Tony here with Wicked Artistry Candle Co. We are back today with another video, another tutorial. This one here is going to be a pocket saving, budget cutting tutorial. All right, so today's video we are going to discuss how to make dust covers on a budget. Now, there are more advanced ways of doing this. You can go to Etsy and have somebody design them for you, but you pay a pretty steep fee. Not necessarily, but once you design however many you feel like you're going to need, and also when you do the shipping and all of that, versus the proper way to go ahead and get everything done. Now, what I did was I invested in an Explorer, Cricut Explorer 2, and it's cut back on a lot of production that I truly needed. And here's the reason why I say that. If I was to go to Etsy, it'd probably cost me about 10 to 15 bucks to do this, to get so many for my candles that don't have lids on them. And you're probably talking about 50 to 100. Doesn't sound like much, but if you're selling candles on a regular basis, your business is picking up, then that could become one of those fees that you can eliminate and put that money towards somewhere else. Now, tools that you're going to need, because we're jumping into this. Tools you're going to need. You're going to need a Cricut Explorer or some type of vinyl cutter that can cut cardstock. You're going to need cardstock, light cardstock, 0.65. That's the weight, 0.65. You're going to need a design program. Now, if you have a Cricut, then you can use Cricut's Design Studio, or you can use Canva. I'm going to do mine in Cricut today, Cricut's Design Studio, as you can see it on my screen. And you're going to need not only everything I just said, you're going to need candles, you're going to need wax, everything to do this. This is one project that's going to be nonstop. All right, so let's get into this. You have to know the dimensions of the vessel that you're using. So the particular vessel that I'm using is from 1617. It's the Nola Eclipse. It's like a prism, and basically the diameter of the top rim is like 2.75. I'm gonna make my dust cover slightly a little bit below that. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna use shapes, we're gonna use text, we're gonna subtract, we're gonna weld, we're gonna print. And I'm gonna show you a couple things. Now I'm gonna do this on this computer first, and because I have my Cricut hooked up to another computer, the video will change, but it will be the same because I need to go and show you how to basically print and cut and be ready for it to go on your product. All right, y'all ready? Y'all ready to roll? Y'all ready to rock with me? Let's get it. So here's what we're gonna do. Things first. Another tool you're gonna need a ruler. As you can see, you're gonna need a ruler. You're gonna need a vessel. So this is the Eclipse vessel that we're gonna use. What this is particularly for. So basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this. We're going by inches. So I'm gonna measure the inside. So it gives me about 2.25. All right. So I know that it's 2.25. In order to fit the inside right here, it's 2.25. Okay. So guess what we're gonna do? Going over the shapes. We're gonna use a circle. I like to drag this over here and put it right in front of me. Then I'm gonna go up here to the size. This is where I change my dimensions. 2.25. Now, I typed it in the width, and when I hit the tab button, it gets smaller. So basically what that's going to wind up doing is it's going to wind up fitting inside my dust cover. You don't want no dust cover to be jinky, jaggy, and all of that. You want it to be nice and neat, presentable for your customers, so they'll be like, "Oh, I like this. This is what I need. The branding is perfect. You want to brand yourself. You always want to be on top of your game. All right. So, uh, I have my circle. This is my start point, right? But how do we get it to where we got the wick right here? And we're just designing this. I'm not going to show you. I'm gonna make another video to show you how to cut it out. Okay, we're designing this today. All right, this is for this. This particular candle right here is Georgia Peach. I don't want to put a label on this jar because this jar is so smooth. It's an eclipse, as you can see. So I want to add another one for my wick to work around. So I'll bring up another circle. I'm gonna put this over here now. As you can see, I have the X, I have the rotation, I have the adjuster, and I have the lock button. All right, if I undo the lock button, then I can adjust the size and the height differently. As you can see, when I unlock, this unlocked at the top. When I click on it, it locks back, as you can see right there. So once I change the width dimensions, the height would change to become the same. As you can see right here, when I click on this, 2.5 and 2.5 is what this is. You can see it right there. We're working on this one. So I want this one to go in the center, okay? I want this to go in the center. So how do we do that? All right, here's how we do that. I'm going to go in here. I know that I want this to at least start out at 0.50. Hit the tab button. Now, moving this over is going to be a problem. Why? Because of the color. Black on black is not going to work. So let's go ahead and make this red. Look like it might work. Give us a little room. Now I'm going to select both of these. I'm going to go up here. I'm looking for a line. We're going to align center horizontally. As you can see, it adjusted. It's right here perfectly right there. Both of these are already selected. If not, click out of it and we'll select it again. We'll go down here and we'll hit slice. Slice is down here in the right-hand corner if you're looking at your screen. But if you're not looking at your screen, you're looking at my screen, it's in your left-hand corner at the bottom of your canvas, all right? This is your canvas. Now, how do we know that that is ready to go? Check it out. We move it out of the way. I'm going to take, boom, there it is. We're going to get rid of that, so that's delete. We'll bring this back up. It's a nice little center cut. Now, here's what's cool about this. I haven't even gotten into the design. I'm designing the outer ramp. I haven't thought about the text yet, but check this out. We're going to need one more circle. And we're going to take, again, and we're going to make this, let's say, 0.25. That's a little too small, so let's go again. We could always go up here and raise it. I could have took that other dot, but we didn't, so we're going to go right here. We're going to place it right here. All right. Now, again, we're going to select both of them. Go to align, center horizontally. Now that I have both of these selected, now I want to weld these together. And welding these together essentially makes it one unit. All right, as you can see right now, you can see this little curvature right here. These are two separate units, but when I hit the down here at the bottom right again, I hit weld. Now it's one whole unit. So when I go to move this, everything moves properly together. All right. So now it's time to add some text. But here's what's cool. Here's what's crazy. If you're not putting, uh, if you're not using dark colored cardstock, go up here. It's already selected. We want to go to white, or you can go to gray, or you can go to yellow, or you can go to any one. All right. I'm using light colored cardstock, which is white. Now I want to add some text. All right, we're gonna select this again. I'm gonna come over here. I'm gonna add some text. Now, what do I want to add? Okay. Um, First things first. I want to add. I'm sorry, that's not what we're gonna do. We have some uploads. I want to bring in my. I want to bring in my logo with my name and everything. So I'm gonna shrink it down. I'm gonna drag this over. I want it to get inside of her. Now you see it sitting on top of that. Kind of want to bring it up a little more. Just like that. Alright. So I want to center. Yep, that works for me. Alright, so branding is everything. Everything that I do, I want my logo on there. Now I want to add some text. So the first thing I want to add is re. All right. Remove before lighting. I'm gonna bring it down some. Bring it over. Now you see it's still too big, right? Get it inside of her. A little bit more. Command Z. Get it back. There we go. Drain it down just a little bit more here. Take, readjust it. Center horizontally. Boom, there it is. Now, we want to add some more text. Now you can get as creative as possible with this as you want to. All right, we're gonna add some more text. Give me 1 second here. All right, now you can add as much text as you want. You can brand this as best you want. There are free images you can add to this by going over here to Cricut. If you haven't paid, you can always add images to make it stand out even better. Or you can create your images in Canva, upload them so you can already have them, and then insert them inside of your design here in Design Space. Now we know we want to go. All right, so we know this is the candle that we're making. This dust cover 4. I'm gonna shrink that down a little bit, bring it over. We don't want it on the circle. We want it to kind of stand out. And that is pretty much how this is pretty. I mean, this is basically if this is. I'm pretty much done with everything that I want to do. So when I send this to the cutter, basically I've designed this. This is pretty much done. I have one more task that I need to do, but I'm gonna walk you through something real quick so you'll know. As you can see, these are all the layers over here. Okay, so what you have is you have the first layer, which is what we cut out, the welded part. Uh, the background, which is my logo. The first text, second text. All of these is layers. If I click on the eye, you see it'll disappear. Everything you click on the eye, this disappears over here off to the side. All right, everything disappears. All right, and we don't need to worry about that. Now we're gonna select this again. We're getting it ready to go to print because we want to print this first. So we want to flatten this out. Now, what does flatten do? Flatten means it just basically takes it from it's preparing it to be sent to the printer. Okay, because we're printing and then we're gonna cut this. So understand we're printing and cut this now because this is a dark image. You can still see the circles, the cover itself is still here, but basically what this is is it's ready to go. Now, how do I know that this is ready to go? I'll show you. So we're going to add a shape real quick. Use this square. I'm going to bring this right over here. All right. Now, you can't see it, right? So we're going to go up here to arrangement. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to send it to back, and there it is. Now, if I was to put this on a dark colored vessel, this is exactly how this would look. So we know that that's perfect right there. We're going to move this out of the way. We're going to take this. We're going to delete that. And now I am ready to send this to be cut. Now, how do you do this? First things first, this is what I always have to do. I have to save my projects, all right? So all right. So while we're getting this prepared, what is dust cover for? A dust cover itself is not only to prevent dust from getting on top of your wax and causing a problem later on down the line, but it's a good way to sit there and basically have a design without having to place a sticker, okay? Without having to place a sticker on your vessel. You don't want to ruin a lovely vessel like this, all right? You just don't want to do it. All right, so here we go. We're going to go ahead and save this. And the reason I'm saving this is because when I go onto the other computer to print this out, so I have to go print, pick it up from the printer, and then cut it. And then once I cut it, then it's ready to go. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all with me? All right, so cool. But here's the process of doing it. So I always like to take and put my design right up here in the corner, because when we put it on the mat, that's what it's going to do. Now, I'm pretty much ready to go. We're going to click make it. Now, what you're going to see is it's going to be looking for my computer. Now, I want to sit here and I'm going to say I'm going to make 6 of these. So when I send this, it's going to cut this out. All right. So I'm going to show you how to print it first, but I'm not cutting it today. So we're going to click continue, print, then cut. All right. So I'm not worried about this because I don't have my printer hook. I don't have the Cricut hooked up in here. We're going to send it to the printer. All right. So when we send it to the printer, this is what we're going. Brings up the printer that we're using. I don't want to add the bleed. Nope. I want to make sure everything is perfectly correct. And we're going to go ahead. We're going to print this out. All right. So this is going to get printed out. And once it's printed, then we put it in there and let the Cricut do its thing and scan it. Generally takes about a minute to 2 minutes to cut it out. But I just wanted to show you this before we get out of the way. As you can see, I'm looking down because my printer sits right up under me. So I want to make sure. Give me a hot second. So when it's all said and done and you sending it before you send it to the printer, this is what it's going to look like. All right. So it doesn't look like much. But when you send it to the cutter, all right, when you send it to the cutter, it will scan it out because of the dimensions that it has stored inside of the computer itself. Okay? So if you understand that part, the other part will be simple when it comes time to cut. So I'll make a short video on how to cut. I just wanted to make a quick video today to show you how to design and print, and then from there we'll go from print to cut. You understand what I'm saying? We'll have to make another video with that. But that's it for today, man. I appreciate you stopping by. Do me a favor, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit that bell notification. That will not only help you know when I upload my next video, but it will also help the algorithm. And from there, we will be ready to do a ton more designs. You can design t-shirts with your Cricut. You can do a whole lot of stuff with your Cricut. But these are my dust covers. I will be cutting these out later on today. Thank y'all again, man. Thank y'all for stopping by, man. It's your man, Tony, with Wicked Artistry Candle Co. I appreciate you. I'll see y'all when I see y'all, man. Peace.